Grab your wigs, pour the tea, and fasten your edges, because what we just unearthed is messier than Kirk Frost DMs on a Friday night. The so-called sisterhood between YandySmith and RasheedaFrost, baby, it was faker than a sitting in the bargain area of Instagram surgical advertising, and guess who just ripped the curtains wide open? None other than the unfiltered queen of mayhem herself, Tasha K. Now ask yourself, why would Rasheeda, who screamed on national television over Kirk's hotel slip-ups and hid inside kids, swing around and cast shade at the one lady who stuck by her while the world was dragging her lace front through the mud? What occurred behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop? Why would Rasheeda suddenly pull a "we ain't even friends" like that moment after years of sisterhood hot tub scandals and baby mama cleanups? Oh honey, we have leaked messages, bombshell evidence, and sources alleging this treachery goes deeper than Rasheeda's tolerance for Kirk's falsehoods. And yes, we're identifying people, revealing games, and pulling egos one wig tug at a time. Stay tuned, because this ain't just drama. It's a full-fledged reality TV reckoning right now. Strap up and seat tight, because we're about to dig into a story more convoluted than Kirk Frost's justifications and more performative than a Love and Hip-Hop reunion embrace. It's time to study the breakdown of a friendship that we're talking about Rasheeda Boschik, Frost and Yandy, every woman Smith. Two ladies who were formerly stuck together tighter than Rasheeda high ponytail in Atlanta. But yet behind those laughing gorgeous images and sisterhood speeches came a backstage betrayal so murky even Mona Scott would be like, wait, what? Enter Tasha K, the internet's messiest truth. Tell your favorite blogger's worst nightmare, and the one woman who doesn't knock before negotiating into the receipts room. And when Tasha came through with the tea, she poured it boiling. No sugar, no creamer. Straight scandal. Okay, let's rewind for a second. Imagine it. Season after season, we've watched Yandy and Rasheeda ride through the craziness together. When Kirk Frost was discovered cheating again, who had Rasheeda's back? Not Candy, not Carly, not even Erica. Yandy was the one cleaning up Rasheeda's emotional mess, defending her, soothing her, and, let's be honest, sometimes making Rasheeda appear less silly on camera. But fast forward to this newest season of Love and Hip Hop, and now Rasheeda's out here talking like Yandy isn't even her friend. Lady, wow, like not just we grew apart or we had a misunderstanding. No, Rasheeda, Yandy was never her buddy. And she doesn't want to be friends with someone simply because it's a nice look for them. Excuse me, are we talking about Yandy or your own reflection? Ma'am, Yandy is not everyone's favorite. Some say she's too polished, others say she's too strategic. But one thing is certain, she rides for her circle. When Kirk Frost was out here humiliating Rasheeda like it was his full-time job, who was defending her? Yandy, while rumors were swirling about Kirk's mysterious baby mom, the hot tub scenario, the hidden residences, and oops, I cheated on Yandy again, never once threw shade. And how does Rasheeda reward her? Sitting nicely in confessional interviews with Kendra Robinson, that courtroom sleek clone version of Rasheeda herself, and throwing subtle shade like, yeah, we're not actually friends, baby. If shady was a sport, Rasheeda would be Olympic gold medal stuff. And just when we thought this couldn't get much uglier, Tasha K walked into the discussion, literally coming in swinging like a courtroom McDropper, and disclosed the receipts behind the treachery. According to Tasha, the entire "we're not friends" remark wasn't a spontaneous slip. It was a deliberate public relations fiasco to remove Rasheeda from Andy before new rumors about Mendez could surface. Why would Rasheeda, who developed a career on keeping things classy by operating press boutique and publicly taking Kirk Frost back approximately 47 times, now decide to disparage the one lady who stuck with her through all that humiliation? Well, word on the street, and by street, we mean Tasha K's anonymous sources and email leaks, is that Rasheeda was never really comfortable with the Yandy limelight. Apparently, Rasheeda believed that Yandy was too polished and too brand safe, basically saying she was phony. But what's hilarious here is that Rasheeda has been faking a wonderful marriage for TV for the past 10 years, while Kirk Frost is out here doing more live auditions on the side. One unnamed insider close to the cast informed Tasha K, Rasheeda always had a bit of jealousy toward Yandy. She felt like producers gave Yandy more screen time, and even though Yandy wasn't from Atlanta, she got treated like a queen on the franchise. Meanwhile, Rasheeda was stuck performing damage control for Kirk Frost every season. Ugh. And if that wasn't enough, remember that crazy flashback with Jessica Dime? Oh yeah. Let's go back to when Rasheeda had a hot confrontation with a lady called Pressure. Rasheeda, presumably one of Kirk's rumored situationships, did what she normally does and got up and fled the scene. But guess who stayed and practically laid hands on someone to defend Rasheeda's honor? Jessica Dime. peace who had her own brand and profession, but risked it all to defend Rasheeda's unstable marriage. And now Yandy's in the same situation. The buddy who supported you stuck by you. Gave you loyalty just to be dumped like last season's press fashion brand. And don't forget Yandy also supported Rasheeda publicly. Even when the whole world was shaming Kirk Frost for filth. She never made a joke about Kirk's jewelry, his side kids, or his midnight jacuzzi parties with randoms. But when Mendy was discovered in a Snapchat scandal with a Latina woman in leopard pants, Rasheeda wasted no time slinging shade and asking concerns about whether Yandy and Mendices were even legally married. Baby projection much now. Here's the kicker, Rasheeda's so-called shade session with Kendra. It didn't even come across as a casual slip, it seemed like a full-on stage moment, as if they'd been rehearsing it over breakfast. And don't worry, we'll into Kendra's clone behavior and her own messy guy jock in part 2, because oh baby, she got jitters jumping in this chat when her own man's DMS received more traffic than Peachtree Street. But before we get there, let's speak about the moment that truly set the internet on fire, the scene where Rasheeda said she doesn't want to be friends with Yandy because it's a nice look for her. That statement it echoed, people were shocked. Blogs burst, Twitter went on a tantrum, and guess what? Tasha K was ready. In her typical loud and unapologetic way, she stated Rasheeda has a boyfriend that cheats on her, annually financially owns everything in his name, and has the guts to doubt another woman's fidelity if you don't sit down and check your husband's Snapchat before shading Yandy. I swear to God. She also quipped that Kirk Frost and Mendy's should swap reality programs. Mendy's infidelity charges, Kendra's ugly hypocrisy, and a probable love triangle are just the beginning of what's to come. This will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about friendship, loyalty, and just how phony reality TV can get. So, where were we? Right in the thick of this messier than a love triangle reality TV-fueled betrayal bomb. In part 1, we broke down how Rasheeda went from being Yandy's ride or die to I don't even know her that quickly. But now we step into the ultimate mayhem, because while Rasheeda was busy delivering shade with a side of gaslight, Kendra Robinson, formerly Miss Legal Eagle, has become Rasheeda 2.0 chose to leap into the ring like somebody tagged her in. Let's just call it what it is. Kendra had no business pushing herself into Yandy and Rasheeda's mess. Sis, your own boyfriend, little jock, is out here playing America's Next Top Cheater. And you're worrying about friendship levels between two ladies you hardly even rock with, but we'll get back to her. The Snapchat controversy, since this wasn't just rumor. This was the supposed catalyst behind Rasheeda's quick flip on Yandy. Word on the internet streets was that Mendices, Yandy's long-term boyfriend and husbandish, will get to the legal portion in a second, had been caught uploading a photo of a Latina lady in leopard print trousers on Snapchat. And no, it wasn't classified as inspo or fashion goals. This woman's assets were front and center in the photograph. And the comment supposedly something vague like working with a sneaky emoji. That one post, that one image, grew into a firestorm, but Yandy parried, and paparazzi proof rushed in quick. She said it was content, said it was for a social media project that Mendy saw was doing, claimed she knew about it, and just like that the drama should have calmed down. But nope. Enter Rasheeda stage left with a slick grin and that I'm above it tone, nonchalantly stating, I don't even think they're legally married. Didn't she say something about failing to submit the papers in excuse me, so now we're attacking marriages because your boyfriend can't keep it zipped in hotel rooms? Let's be honest, Rasheeda was never checking for Yandy's love life until hers started looking like a Lifetime special gone bad, and suddenly, the best way to distract attention from Kirk's yearly cheating journey was to throw Yandy and Mendices under the bus. Classic reality show misdirection. Let's talk about someone else's problems, so mine doesn't appear so awful. But Tasha K, baby, she doesn't miss a thing. She delved deeper than a Love and Hip Hop reunions, false apologies, and came back with exclusive tea. Supposedly a previous producer, an assistant on the program, told Tasha there was always friction between Yandy and Rasheeda behind the scenes. They smiled for the cameras, but Rasheeda didn't enjoy how Yandy would step in and take charge of situations, especially when Rasheeda felt overshadowed during scenes with Yandy, and producers frequently valued Yandy's clean image over Rasheeda's always in damage control. Plot now, is this jealousy, insecurity, or just two women with clashing egos? In any case, it wasn't true friendship, and the men's married shade. Few. Don't get me started. Let's speak about the notorious I never sent the marriage certificate confession. Yandy did claim that years ago on TV she revealed they'd had a complete wedding, of efficient vows, rings, cake, everything, but she never filed the legal documents. According to her, it was strategic. She didn't want to be financially accountable for Mendy's prior legal difficulties. Which makes sense when you're safeguarding your brand and raising kids. But Rasheeda, who has literally built an empire on staying by your cheating guy no matter what, chose to use it against her girl. You allow Frost, who has many proven side kids, oversee your money, brand, and stores, and you're clowning Yandy for good paperwork management. The hypocrisy is shining like Kendra's forehead under reunion lights. Speaking of Kendra, let's talk about why she had the guts to co-sign anything Rasheeda stated about loyalty, marriage, or friendships. This is the same Kendra who's been in a will-they-won't-divorce drama with Little Jock for what feels like 10 seasons. The man basically stated on television that he wasn't faithful, he showed up late to their wedding, he flirted at his bachelor party. Jock approaches commitment like it's an optional promo code, and Kendra wants to question someone else's man-cold please, but that's the power of group believe. You sit someone next to a Mick long enough, and they start believing they're the main character. Kendra probably believed sticking with Rasheeda would give her adult lady vibes. But all it did was make her appear like a glorified sidekick in a two-woman clapback performance. Even fans started calling it out online, bogus fan tweets arose. Kendra out here worrying about Yandy's ring when Jock still can't spell monogamy chick by Soko. Rasheeda believes Yandy's marriage ain't genuine, but Kirk's side baby made it make sense. And just when we thought we'd achieved pinnacle pettiness, Tasha K dropped the bomb in a follow-up livestream. She said Rasheeda had been throwing shade at Yandy for years. This wasn't a casual statement, this was envy rising up Yandy's brand. Is Tight her boyfriend? Don't disgrace her? Every season, and it makes Rasheeda uncomfortable period. She also indicated that there may be DMs and messages between Rasheeda and other cast members, ridiculing Yandy behind her back. It part is yet unverified, but if true, oh my god, let's not forget Yandy was also there for Kendra when her marriage was falling apart like a Fashion Nova zipper. When Jock was threatening divorce, who sat with Kendra off camera and tried to talk her through it. Yandy and now both Rasheeda and Kendra are double teaming her like this is Mean Girls Atlanta edition. It's giving her utilize then lose her energy. But what stings the most in all of this is that Yandy didn't even fight back. No Instagram clapback, no subtweet, no messy confessions, just stillness. And that silence is louder than any shade Rasheeda could throw, because while Rasheeda is still supporting a man who cheats like it's his side business, Yandy is raising a family, operating businesses, handling crises, and yet still remaining gracious. That's why Tasha K said what she said. Yandy outgrown them, period. She was never one of them, she was just lovely enough to pretend, and if that ain't the truth, I don't know. But don't go away, because in part 3, we're going into the probable ramifications from all this drama. Think legal threats, producer feud, phony friendships breaking, and the hushed murmurs of a possible Love and Hip Hop shakeup. And trust me, when false friends break apart, the empire follows. So we've already been knee-deep in shade controversy and Snapchat secrets, but don't think the fallout ended there, baby. Nah. This was only the beginning, because after Tasha K flipped the table with her tell-all tea about Rasheeda and Yandy, the Love and Hip Hop universe started breaking at the seams like Frost allegiance. Let's speak reaction. And not only from fans. Sources allege that executive producers weren't happy with Rasheeda's abrupt on-camera statements regarding Yandy's marriage being false. Because Yandy's plotline was still under development and this surprise betrayal occurred off-script. One source allegedly informed Tasha K producers were furious because Rasheeda jumped the gun because drama was intended to simmer over a few episodes. But she blew the lid off in one moment and surprised the team. So now we're not just talking about friendship endings, but possibilities. Production, drama reshoots, emergency confessional interviews, even a purported sit-down with Mona Scott and the actors to realign the narrative. Yup, baby, when false pals start playing, producer contracts start shaking, and guess what it doesn't end with? Simply production woes. Let's speak about brand damage, since Yandy and Rasheeda aren't just reality stars. They're brands. They offer image influence and Instagram alliances, and when Rasheeda slung that not-so-subtle shade on camera, she wasn't just questioning a friendship, she was putting seeds of doubt into Yandy's public reputation. But Yandy sis didn't even flinch. No sobbing Instagram live, cryptic remarks, or subtweets. She played it cool. Like a woman who's been in the game long enough to know genuine power. Don't worry. But behind the scenes, insiders claim Yandy's team took that moment extremely seriously. There's rumors that her public relations team covertly got out to VH1, demanding influence over how her marital story plays out. They didn't want another lady with a cheating spouse attempting to project her anxieties onto Yandy's house, especially as Mendy sees, despite all the floating accusations, hasn't caught with so much as a text thread of proof. Unlike Kirk Frost, whose receipts might fill an entire storage unit. Meanwhile, Tasha K wasn't letting up. In fact, she doubled down, producing another video claiming Rasheeda's abrupt flip was all about deflection. Apparently, a brand agreement was in risk due to new infidelity charges against Kirk Frost. And Rasheeda wanted to change the audience's attention quickly. And who better to distract the public than Yandy and her supposedly unofficial marriage? So that's disgusting, but let's switch to the actual consequences that Rasheeda probably didn't expect coming. First of all, people started calling her out. Hard tweets filled timelines like Yandy helped you repair your face, every Kirk Frost embarrassed you once. And this is how you punish her. Rasheeda had been silent about Kirk's 5-year affair, but suddenly screaming over Yandy's wedding certificate. This is jealousy in a lace front, and when Twitter turns baby, the companies start backing away too hard. Rasheeda Boutique allegedly witnessed a reduction in activity the week the show aired. And admirers began labeling the store suspicious captions, like "I came for fashion, not treachery, and do sell loyalty here," or not even worse. Some murmurs say that one of her sponsorships suspended their work briefly, not due to the controversy itself but because of the tone around Rasheeda's image grew to polarizing. Translation: you were the safe brand lady until you started throwing sly on camera jabs like a villain in training. Now, look. We're not saying Rasheeda's whole business is disintegrating, but we are saying this issue, and then he sort of handed it up to you like, grab our lady Kendra's, sis, you attempted to come in as Rasheeda's backing vocalist, but baby, you hit all the wrong notes. People shouted her out quickly. Kendra, behaving like her guy, isn't Jock the most scandal-prone cast member of all time? Why is Kendra co-signing anything when Jock has more babies than Rasheeda has boutique racks? Memes were memeing one viral tweet, even had a photo of Yandy sipping tea with the comment, Yandy watching Rasheeda and Kendra throw shade while her man ain't out here multiplying. And speaking of multiplying, let's get to the legal tea. Tasha K revealed that according to her sources, Yandy's legal team secretly started capturing film and social postings in case this shadefest started damaging her business. That's correct. As Rasheeda was casually laughing around fake weddings, Yandy was considering drafting defamation paperwork. Nothing has been officially filed yet, but insiders say there's been conversation of pushing the line if the show or other cast members keep unjustly depicting her connection as phony, and there's even speculation that a reunion confrontation is developing. And not just your normal "why do you say that" moment, but an explosive one-on-one that might equal any of the Joe's line vs. Everyone classics. Mona Scott likes drama, but even she is supposedly scared about how far this treachery may go on stage. Oh, and let's not forget the Mendy C's angle, while he's mainly kept out of the spotlight post-incarceration. This current onslaught of charges, including the photo incident and shady hotel rumors, allegedly drove him to establish limits. According to one insider, he told producers, "If y'all want nasty drama, okay, but I'm not going to sit here, let people trash my name with no receipts. Either we produce proof or we shut it down, period." And honestly, he's not wrong. While Kirk Frost Stirred is recorded and published like it's on the New York Times bestseller list, Mendy C's hasn't been exposed with anything substantial. Is there smoke? Maybe, but fire, not a spark. So here we are, one friendship ruined, one reality show shaken, and a fandom split. What started as a small statement in a confessional developed into a fledged credibility issue. Yandy, she walked in loyal and walked out. Scapegoated Rasheeda, she walked in as boss chick, and walked out looking. Insecure and calculating Kendra, she should have just stayed home, baby. But what's the greater lesson here? In the world of reality TV, loyalty is leased, not owned. One season, you have sisters. The next, you're satisfied, and sometimes the people cheering for you at the reunion are the same ones who sold you. Out in the confessional, Tasha K stated it best, "These ladies don't want friends. They want followers, and when the cameras go away, so does their allegiance." Coming up after the break, what other reality television friendships are hanging by a thread? Could this shakeup lead to a new cast shift, or maybe a spin-off? Should Yandy walk away before the phony friendships ruin her for real? Will Rasheeda ever stop deflecting from Kirk's mess? Know in the comments, was Rasheeda ever truly Yandy's buddy? Should Yandy clap back or keep it cute? And who do you trust, Tasha K or the boss lady? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell, since this isn't the end of the drama, baby. It's only the beginning. Few y'all still breathing after all that, because baby, this wasn't just a reality TV disaster. This was a full-blown betrayal breakdown, and Tasha K came through with the receipts. She was hosting court on YouTube Live 1 minute, and you're watching Besties Brunch. The next day out here questioning marriages and consigning unfaithful spouses like it's a sport. So now it's your chance. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Believe Rasheeda was ever truly Yandy's buddy, or was it just for clout and camera time? Is Yandy playing it smart by remaining mute, or should she clap back with the ferocity of a reunion? Episode chair toss. And Kendra sis. Why are you inserting yourself while your partner is out here spreading himself thinner than a dollar store wig cap? Let's be honest, this friendship was held together by lace, glue, and illusion. And now the lace is lifting. Drop your ideas in the comments below, cause I know y'all got thoughts. Was this simply another Love and Hip Hop manufactured breakdown? Or did Tasha K just blow the lid off a friendship that was faker than Kirk's promises? Hit that like button if you're a subscribe if you want a good expo served hot and messy. And don't forget to touch that notification bell so you never miss when we unearth the next reality TV breakup, hidden affair, or staging controversy, because around here, we don't drink tea, we drown in it. See you in the next one, and remember, believe no one who claims we're simply not that close. They planning by.